evening everyone, welcome back to my channel. So tonight I'm going to be filming another relaxing kind of unwind walkthrough. I've been having kind of a stressful week and I remembered that there are a couple herbs that I picked up from my health food store. So I'm going to kind of center tonight's activities around these two things. And the first one is dried calendula. This is also marigold flowers. So I think at the right time of year, you could probably forage for this rather than buying it in a store. I actually have some seeds I want to grow my own and do some like oil infusion and stuff like that. But for now, I'll use this. And tonight I'm going to make like a bath soak. I thought that would be relaxing. The other thing I picked up is some dandelion root. Not a lot of it because I've really never had dandelion root before, but I found a recipe for this mocha kind of hot cocoa with roasted dandelion root that I'm very curious to try. So if you have both of these things, you can follow along. Otherwise, you could make your own cup of hot cocoa in your own bath. But let's get started with the bath recipe first. So for the bath soak, I will link the recipe below. It's from a Mama's Story. It's pretty simple, and the recipe does this clever thing where they use a little mesh bag to kind of do like a tea soak before letting everything loose in the water. Basically, you're going to put equal parts of the calendula flowers and plain Epsom salt. Well, I think you can use whatever kind of Epsom salt you want. I just have like the plain ones. So I'm going to fill it about halfway. And I got just the Dr. Teal's Pink Himalayan. And the reason I got this is because it's bergamot and orange scented, which is also the essential oils that I'm going to use. There we go. It kind of reminds me of like sand art or something. Also, I just remembered that tonight is a full moon. So maybe that was subconsciously why I was thinking about doing something relaxing tonight. It's weird, like the textures of the two, they don't really want to mix super easily. For essential oils, I have Brazilian orange and bergamot. But I'm just going to put a couple of drops in here. They also, in the recipe, include rose petals, which I think would be really nice, but I just don't have any rose petals on hand. I'm putting in way more oil than I'm supposed to for this amount, but why not? This is so cute. I feel like this could be like a little gift or something. That is my little bath soak. It smells unbelievable. I can't even tell you how good this smells. Oh my gosh, I'm very excited. I'm also gonna tie these little strings so that the contents don't come out prematurely. Although I think the Epsom salts will just kind of dissolve, so it'll be interesting to see. But let me get started on the bath. I've reread the recipe for this, and I do think I'm going to start this because you have to simmer it for 30 minutes. So this is from Rosemary Gladstar's Medicinal Herbs, A Beginner's Guide. This is a really good book because it has all these different herbs and like so many different recipes that you can do with them. This is already roasted. If yours is, oh, sorry, that was loud. If yours is not roasted, you preheat the oven to 350 and bake for 30 to 40 minutes until the roots are dark brown. I'm going to take the dandelion root and cocoa in 3 cups of water and simmer it for 30 minutes. Now the cacao, I think it's cacao, that I have is very interesting. I will show it to you. Hopefully it will work for this. It's from Holland, Drost cacao. I think it's interesting that it's like in this paper thing inside of the carton. I don't know if you can see that. But I need to take 3 cups of water, and I'm using filtered water. And then I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of the cacao. I feel like it has a different, kind of has like an earthy flavor, which I think might go well with this. So this you need 3 tablespoons of. I think that's the other thing with cacao. It's almost like hydrophobic or something. I really want to show what this looks like, but I'm going to spill it. This needs to simmer, as I said, for 30 minutes, so I'm going to put it on low. I have some eucalyptus in my shower. It's kind of steaming up in here. But as I thought, I took out the little bag and all of the Epsom salts dissolved. So I think if you wanted this not to get in your drain and stuff, you could definitely just leave this part out. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to release the contents into the bath. So this is what it looks like in the water. It kind of looks like little pieces of gold or something. It'd be really pretty if you did like a yellow bath bomb. So as far as bath entertainment goes, this is my favorite magazine. It's the Vermont Country Store magazine. I don't live in Vermont. I've never lived in Vermont, but I do live in New England and somehow ended up on their mailing list. And it is just the most charming magazine. It's just strangely like nostalgic, and I love reading this. So I've kind of been saving it for a special occasion. So I'm gonna be reading that. And I also have a cold glass of water. I always like to have that in the bath. So I just got out of the bath and it was very nice. I used my massage oil candle afterwards, and I used the same essential oils when making that I used in the bath soak. So it smells really good in here. It's like a cohesive smell experience. So I do feel moisturized, I feel relaxed, I feel aromatherapied. I'm not sure that I would use the petals in the bath again. It was pretty and it added to the experience, but they were also like so small and they were kind of like sticking to me, and now they're like stuck to the sides of the tub. I'm gonna go downstairs and wrap up the hot cocoa portion of the evening. Okay, so this is what it's looking like after the simmering period. It's much more cohesive. I have to strain it to get out the little dandelion pieces. I do feel like the dandelion root may be expanded a little bit. I'm going to wash this out and then add the other ingredients and reheat this. Now we need half a cup of milk. I'm using this macadamia milk. It's very thin, but I think it will be fine. I'm going to add a tablespoon of honey, cinnamon and nutmeg. I'm not going to measure those. I'm just going to do a little. And half a teaspoon of vanilla. I will mix this all together and wait until it heats up again. I don't dislike it, but it says in here you can use it in place of coffee, and I do kind of feel like it's more like that, or like a yerba mate or something, versus like a hot chocolate. It doesn't really have, it's not very sweet. I might add some more honey to it, or maybe I should use like a thicker milk. Maybe I'll add a little bit of oat milk too. That definitely helped. I think also the milk that I was using was unsweetened, so I would use something that is a little bit sweeter and a little bit heavier. Even like a cream or something, or maybe a creamer. I'm going to put mine in this mug that my sister made. It's kind of a lot. If you wanted a single serving, I would definitely maybe do half of the recipe. So I'm gonna finish off the evening in bed. The lighting in here is interesting because I have this green bulb. It's called the Norb Relief Migraine Light. It's supposed to help with migraines and also you know, when you have a migraine, it's supposed to be helpful. By having exposure to it, it's supposed to help the frequency that you have migraines. So I like to just kind of sit in this light at night. The green is supposed to be not stressful to the eyes, so I try not to be, I don't know, having too much other light screens and things. I'm not always good about it, but I'm drinking this, and I do want to link my sister's pottery shop. And I'm going to do some knitting. I'm working on this blanket right now. It's kind of this coil design. It's like a really fun pattern. And I have this color changing thread, which is also green, so it's very green in here. I've been listening to The Untethered Soul, which is like one of my favorite books that I've read or listened to in a really long time. So I'm gonna sit and knit and sip my drink, and there's a cat in here. Excuse me.
If you like energy, and you do, then don't ever close. The more you learn to stay open, the more energy can flow into you. You practice by not closing. Anytime you start to close, ask yourself whether you really want to cut off the energy flow.
All right, I am ready for bed. That is the end of my evening wind down, and I hope you were able to relax and have a nice evening as well. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.